What you're going to do is you're going to have your weekly routine. First thing you're going to do is test the pH. That's what these pH strips here are for. Now these are generic for pools and spas, so there's a lot of different things on there.
Right.
But really we're just worrying about the pH right there. You want it in that okay range there. That's for a spa.
Okay.
That's going to be matched up like that, so it's going to be this
right.
color right there, second from the top. And I'll test this pH now. Just bring the stick up level so those colors don't run together and check it immediately. And that one's pretty good. Maybe a little bit low, it's a little light there. But it's the first few seconds, see now? And then also once a week you're gonna add a cap full of this chlorine. Whether you use the spa or not, add a good cap. Whenever you add any chemicals, make sure that the jets are running and just drop it right by the filter. You'll see all the water is gonna be sucking in towards the filter. Just drop it right there, and so it sucks it right up into there, and so it can
goes
disperse
to
it
everywhere.
throughout the whole spa.
Okay, and that's
so
called granulated chlorine.
Just chlorine.
Okay.
Once a week, a big cap full of this. Do it preferably when you're not going to be using the spa right after.
Like Monday after the weekend.
Exactly, because you don't really want to be in there with the chlorine. However, we also have a chlorine-free shock, and you can do this at each use, especially if you have a lot of people using it. It's going to help clean up whatever they track in, whatever dirt or just hair or whatever. And it's totally safe to be in the spa with this. It's totally chlorine free, but you just want to stay away from using it more than 3 times a week or no more than once a day. But when you use it, throw a cap full of this in there before you get in or after. It's just going to help keep it a lot cleaner from whatever you track in there. And to adjust the pH, we have the pH up and pH down.
Okay.
pH and alkalinity, but just adjust according to the pH. Also weekly, you're going to throw in some staining scale, about 2 capfuls of that. Same thing, put it right next to the filter there. This just keeps all the particles and the minerals floating freely in the water so it doesn't stick to the shell. So it's going to keep the shell cleaner, it's going to keep your pumps cleaner, your filter cleaner. So just once a week. So that's pretty much it, just weekly, test the pH, chlorine, staining scale, use the MPS at each use.
Okay.
But looks like this is off now. It's the 15 amp breaker right there. You're just going to flick that on right there.
Alright.
And that should fire up. You may need to reset it right here.
Right.
There's the test.
The
Whoever
filters.
turned it off should have pulled this out. That's the big disconnect right there.
Right.
That should have been pulled out. So I'll leave that there. That's kind of a safety thing. So just stick that back in. It says pull the disconnect. Have that facing up just like that. Put it right in there. Turn this on. Reset it right there. Here for you. And well, this is a jacuzzi spa. Yeah. Jacuzzi is actually a brand.
Yeah.
Lots of people always call just spas jacuzzis.
Right, it's like Xerox.
It's actually a brand. So this is a jacuzzi, ours are hot spring, you know. So I would imagine this would be a jacuzzi filter. You know what? No.
It's not so bad, is it?
No, it is bad. It is very bad.
Okay.
If you want to get the spa up and running, you might be able to save that just to get the spa running. But if I'm correct, this probably has a circulation pump, which is just a really small pump that passes the water past the heater to heat the spa. And if the filter is dirty, then the circulation pump won't be able to draw water, so it's not going to be able to heat the spa, obviously. So that could probably most likely be the first problem if you don't have any heat.
We don't need heat right now.
Okay.
But we do need filtration.
But yeah, it'll probably shut the spa down. If the circ pump doesn't run, the heater's going to overheat, and there's a sensor in there that's going to recognize that it got too hot, and it's going to shut the whole spa down. So cleaning the filter is kind of like the
heart.
It's the heart of the spa. It really is. That's what you need to keep clean. So we can try cleaning that out. Keep this out of the water though. Take a hose up and down it and just blow all that junk out of there. And then I actually have a filter soak that I can let you soak it in there, and it actually might clean it up pretty well.
Okay.
You never know.
At least for the next few days.
It's not falling apart yet.
Yeah.
So it may still be salvageable. But yeah, you do want to get a new filter in there. Yeah, like I said, I can't really tell you if it's running or not, and I can't guarantee that. I was just told to come and give you guys the chemical rundown and
get it started.
For you, really, yeah.
So that includes knowing whether the pumps work or not.
But if you like, I've got all the chemicals. I can show you how to do those.
Let's do them.
We'll get that going for you. A really intense filter soak. So you really just want to do it every couple months. For this filter here though, I'd give it probably half of this or so. It's like a bright purple stuff. And you're gonna put this in a container, fill it with
like
water.
a bucket.
Yeah, a bucket.
That's
small
big
one,
enough.
Just big enough for that filter. Maybe stick a rock on top of it to hold it down inside the water so it can really soak. And do this for 24 hours. But at first, I definitely clean that up with the hose. Take the hose, real high pressure, go up and down the fibers there to blow out all the dirt as best you can. And then soak it in this for 24 hours in a big bucket. It's gonna be bright purple, and by tomorrow it should turn, or the next day, it should be like a yellow.
And then we can use the spa.
Yeah, then pull this out and hose all this stuff off real good. It may stain it a little bit red or purplish. That's totally fine.
Yeah.
But you just want to make sure that's really clean before you stick it in the spa.
And then the next time, how often should we do that?
You should pull the filter out at least once a month and just hose it off. But every couple months, use some of this filter soap.
How much is some the second time?
You'll see the mixture. You want it to be kind of like a dark purple when you put it in there.
Kool-Aid.
Kind of like that, yeah. So when you mix it up, just make sure it's a good dark purple in a bucket. You won't need a very big bucket, just one that can submerge that. It doesn't need to be wide or anything, else you'd just be wasting this.
Right.
So, but yeah, try to get it cleaned up. And if you can, I'm sure you can go online and find those filters. Maybe order a new one for it. That's really going to help.
Sure.
It's going to help keep the life of the spa a lot longer.
Okay.
Yeah, but you want to drain and clean it and refill it at least twice a year. Just drain it out, take Windex to the shell, clean up whatever grime is building up on there. And it's just going to help keep it cleaner.
It looks pretty clean to you right now?
It looks good now, yeah. Yeah, it does.
Okay.
All right then. I'm just going to write up some paperwork for you then, and we'll be out of your way.
Great. Thank you.